This video is part 2 of a 10-part series on the Bitcoin Standard, a book by economist Safdin Ammous. This series includes 10 videos, one for each chapter of the book, and this video focuses on the information contained within Chapter 2. Chapter 2, Primitive Monies. Of all the historical forms of money, the one that most resembles Bitcoin is the ancient system based on rye stones on Yap Island, which is today part of Micronesia. Yap stones were large, circular stones carved from limestone. Rye stones were of various sizes, weighing up to 4 metric tons. The limestone was not native to Yap Island, and all of Yap's stones were brought in from the neighboring islands of Palau and Guam. These stones were displayed in a prominent location in Yap, where everyone could see them all. Owners of the stones could use it as payment without having to move them, but instead announced to the townfolk that the ownership of the stone has now moved to the recipient of the stone. There was no way to steal the stone, because the ownership was known by everybody. These stones were extremely difficult to produce, and as such, worked well as money for thousands of years. In other words, the rye stones had a very high stock-to-flow ratio, meaning it was very difficult to create more of them relative to the existing supply of rye stones. This was the case until 1871, when an Irish-American captain by the name of David OKeefe shipwrecked on the shores of Yap Island. OKeefe realized that if he could produce Yap stones, he could pay the Yapese people to harvest coconuts, thus creating a profit from taking coconuts from the island and selling them for coconut oil. Using explosives and modern tools, OKeefe quarried several large Yap stones. Initially, the village chief banned these stones created by OKeefe because they were gathered too easily. Some islanders disagreed with the chief and decided to work for the newly created Yap stones. This created a conflict and led to the demise of Yap stones as money. The stock-to-flow ratio of the Yap stones had decreased drastically, making it a poor store of value. A similar thing happened to the agri beads used as money in Western Africa, when European explorers and traders imported these beads into Africa in large quantities, diluting the money supply. This also happened with seashells, which were used as money in many places, from North America to Africa and Asia. Seashells eventually lost their value as money because they were too easily attained with modern technology. Other ancient forms of money include cattle and salt. In each case, as soon as the monies became easy to produce, they lost their hardness because the stock-to-flow ratio fell, and they lost their store of value. Easy money does not make a society richer. On the contrary, it makes it poorer by placing all its hard-earned wealth for sale in exchange for something easy to produce. Safdin Ammous. Check out my previous video explaining why there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. The link is found below in the description of this video. Also, make sure to watch the next video in this series, which will summarize Chapter 3, Monetary Metals. Chapter 3 explains why gold was used as a store of value for thousands of years, and why it has allowed for some of the most prosperous societies in all of human history. Please like, subscribe, and check out the next video.